I came out more angry. I didn't mean it angry. I apologize.
We would like to call this regular December board meeting to order. Time is 6:01. At this time, we'd like to welcome everyone and stand for a moment of silence and followed by the pledge. During that moment of silence, we ask that you remember Shanda and Andy Cecil at the loss of their child. Now the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Review of the agenda and adoption of the agenda. Anybody have any changes?
Yeah, we got to change the agenda. We need to add to the consent items consider approval of an overnight trip for GRC bowling team to attend bowling competition in London, Kentucky on December 12th through the 13th of 2025.
Can you repeat that for me one more time?
It's wrote right there on my phone.
You wrote it where?
I'm right under review agenda.
It's,
Yes, I've seen it like 1,000 times.
Sorry.
I can read it again.
Hold on just a second. Okay, go ahead and read it and then we'll.
Consider approval of overnight trip for the GRC bowling team to attend the bowling competition in London, Kentucky, December 12th through the 13th, 2025. It just needs to be put under the consent agenda.
Gotcha. I put it as number 12.
I'd also like to add under internal board business, just a review of the trip we took over the weekend to the KSBA Winter Conference, just to give an update on that.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's it. I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll
Motion by
second.
Ms. Hall, second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of the minutes from regular board meeting on November 18th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Thomas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Clark County Public School recognitions.
Good evening. Our Clark County Board of Education recognitions are tied into the 6 competencies of the I want to say Clark County, but it's portrait of a Clark County learner. We have a wonderful group of engaged citizens that are going to come in tonight and be honored. Can't think of a group more deserving. I'm going to ask Dr. Jennifer Muncie to please come up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Feeding thousands of students every day is a task that many cannot imagine. The amount of hard work and organization that goes on behind the scenes is something that you have to see to truly believe. Tonight, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude for our school nutrition staff as engaged citizens in their efforts to feed not only the students, but the families as well. Preparing and serving 7,515 Thanksgiving meals was a monumental task, and they handled it with grace, efficiency, and heart. Because of your dedication, thousands of students and their families were able to enjoy a warm, nutritious holiday meal. You are the heartbeat of our schools, and we are so proud of the work that you do every day. Thank you for your service in making this holiday season special, and your willingness to start it all over again tomorrow as you prepare to serve holiday meals across our district once again. Thank you. Carla Corder. I can hand those to you, and then we're going to consider the picture back. So just, yeah, let's do this. Shaylin Leach. Jackie Watkins.
Go ahead and start lining up.
Yeah, we're going to start live again. Thank you, sweetheart. Brittany McIntosh. Colleen Albright. Lisa Adams. Lowell Dickerson Jr. Jennifer Withrow. Peggy Profit. And Carol Charles.
Principal Josh Rouse, please come up. Mr. Howard.
Yes, ma'am. Get in there, Mr. Charles, he won't bite.
They can only do 2 to 3 that we can sell.
Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Congratulations. Clark County Preschool.
Thank you all for everything. Hannah Roberts. Rebecca Reffitt. Diane Morgan. Karen Maggard. Jessica Vaughn. And Sherry McPherson.
Principal Jill Blanton. Mr. Howard.
You guys look great, just smile.
3, 2, 1. Great,
The
congratulations.
little cards.
Albright Elementary, your next Concrite. We have Megan McIntosh. Stephanie Underwood. Shannon Christopher. LaShundra Gaines. Eva Vaughn. Danae Henry. Betty Brinegar. And Randy Planner.
Great job, ladies, great job. Let's go, wait, high five.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much.
Rogers Clark High School.
Yeah, GRC, we have Gina Walker. Jenny Miller. Nancy Winburn. Kathy Allen. Bradley Lane. Vicki Schoolmaster. Mary Melton. Mary
Justin.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you.
I thought you got to do this.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Justice. All right, Alyssa Flynn. Nikki Tecco. Tanya Langdon. Angie King. Erica Martin. Loretta Hallbaker. Katie Barker. Now, Katie. What did I say now? All right, and the principals.
Justice. Okay. Ready? Here we go.
We're ready.
3, 2, 1. Jaguars.
There it is.
RDC, CIC.
Yes, next up we have RDC, who also feeds CIC, Cindy Reed. Miss Bonnie Parks. And I have a few more. Pam Shackelford, Candace Blackwell, Ashley Hampton, Andy Sitter, Ashley Scarborough, Mary Ferguson, Harley Overpack, Valencia Morris, James Martin. All right, now ready for their principals.
There we go.
Depends on how many signs.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations. Thank
We
you.
will do Strode Station next. Miss Donna Finney. Miss Jeannie Davis. Miss Sheila Bonnier. Miss Robin Large. Summer Spivey. Teresa Haggard. Naomi Oldham. Denise Coffey. And Shear said to apologize. They had no one that could make it tonight. And like many staff, some of them live out in the country and some of them have second jobs.
And they have a lunch tomorrow.
And they have a lunch tomorrow.
All right. So, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Great, thank you all so much. Dr. Munson.
I think that might be all the recognitions.
That is.
I believe so. Shanda left, so she's in charge of them. I'm assuming that's all. Not we're bad trouble. Oh, I'm sorry. We're good, all right? Thank you. Today she took go cards.
All right. We are now at public comments. I think it's Becky Shepherd. Is that right? I can't see. Okay.
I need about 3.5 minutes, so my husband signed in there to give me his time as well.
Okay.
I've got it written and I read it and it's about 3.5 minutes. And then I also have something that I want to share.
Who's your husband?
James. James
Okay.
Shepherd, right
Yep.
underneath it. And actually, I'll hand these to you and you can pass them around. These are the programs that, I don't know how many I have. I didn't know how many you guys would be. It's the front of the program that I'm talking about. when I'm.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Good evening. On Saturday, December 6th, I went to a school program event at RDC called RDCT Cardinal Center Stage 2025. First, let me say that there are many talented students in Clark County, and none of my comments are meant to take anything away from that talent. This program was a collaboration between RDC and GRC students, so that would be students ranging in approximately ages 12 to 18. There were several songs that were of concern, but I will focus on just one. You will see it about there in the middle. That song was "Oh My God" from the movie Legally Blonde. Even in today's cultural of lax standards, the movie industry still considers this phrase to be profanity. For one instance of this phrase in a movie, just one time in a movie, it will cause the movie to be rated PG-13. The song that these middle and high school students sang repeated that phrase 35 times. I know this because I looked up the lyrics and counted. Since the program was held at RDC, I will share their mission statement: creating an environment that fosters learning, independence, here's the big one, respect, and compassion. The environment created by this one song did not show respect for anyone who is a Christian that considers this phrase not only profane, but even a step farther by taking our Lord and Savior's name in vain. This song was not appropriate for the singers, some of whom are not 13, and therefore would not even be able to see the movie Legally Blonde without proper parental guidance. The song was certainly not age appropriate for many of the siblings and family members that came to see the show that were of a much younger age than that. A lady in my row left with her 2 children that looked to be around 7 and 12, stating as she passed by that she was leaving because of the inappropriateness of the show. That means that she spent $25, it was $15 for adults, $5 for each of the students, and felt forced to leave because of this. This is not a good look for Clark County schools. It seems to me that an overview committee needs to be formed for all materials that would be used in any program, play, chorus, or any other show that the schools perform, so that they could be, so there's nothing problematic. And I'll be the first to volunteer for that. My concern may seem small potatoes to some, but small things tend to grow over time. Keeping that from happening is a concern for everyone in our community. I'm asking each of you to take a more proactive stance on assuring that any programming coming out of our schools is respectful, content appropriate, and age appropriate. I would be remiss if I did not mention before I left here that I went to see the high school play Chicago Junior last year. The movie tells the story of 2 women vying for the fame as a merry murderess and covers themes of murder, adultery, promiscuity, among others. I know that everyone in this room is concerned about school violence. How is a play that celebrates murder good for our students? It also portrayed actresses smoking throughout the show. Again, I feel like everyone in this room is concerned with nicotine use among our students with vaping and other easier to access nicotine products on the market. I emailed the superintendent, I emailed you and I never did receive a response. The people of Clark County have given each of you a heavy burden to educate, guide, and protect each student. I encourage you to stand firm in doing that. Guiding children is a huge responsibility. And in the words of Andy Griffith, you can't let a youngin' decide for himself. He'll grab at the first flashy thing with shiny ribbons on it. Then when he finds out there's a hook in it, it's too late. Wrong ideas come packaged with so much glitter that it's hard to convince them that other things might be better in the long run. Parents expect teachers, school staff, school board employees, and school board members to keep temptation away, not to be the ones dangling the shiny, glitter-covered hooks in front of them. So I challenge each of you here to step up, be watchful for wrongfully packaged, shiny, glittery, bad ideas, and keep those temptations away from our students. We all know that morality leads to a better, safer, more productive life and community. And I see no reason that Clark County schools, I'm a product of Clark County schools. I see no reason that Clark County schools could not be a standard for this characteristics. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And do you all have any questions? I don't know how this actually goes.
We don't.
Okay, perfect.
Kim White?
I'm just here for observation.
Oh, okay, you didn't mean to sign in?
Well, I didn't know I needed to.
I may have to sign something here in a minute for you. I don't mind. All right.
All right, Mr. Shepherd gave his time to Ms. Shepherd. Dodd Dixon?
I'm like her, I just thought I was signing an attendance thing, but I'm a recovering politician, and so you put a podium in front of me. And I gotta jump up here and do something. So, I wanna thank you all for your service. I mean, you got the hardest job. You can't find a parking spot here. I mean, goodness gracious, and look at all the people. So, you know, y'all doing a great job. I'm here for the consent item on the bowling. Y'all put it on there. Thank you. London is a stop, but we're actually spending the night in Knoxville. And so this will be our third trip. Thank you so much for hopefully approving that. We're going to put educational things on the agenda, and I'll provide a notice on that sometime about all the good things that you all let us do. But thank you, and y'all got to get rid of this podium.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. David, is it Kaiser? Kaiser?
The only reason I put it in here.
I couldn't tell if it was an F or
It's Kaiser. Yeah.
Kaiser, okay.
Yeah. How you doing, everybody? David Kaiser. Well, I hope maybe I'm not the spreader of some scuttlebutt, but I heard that possibly 2 of our board members are under investigation by the Kentucky State Police. Is that true?
That is not true.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. We are here speaking on behalf of several concerned parents. It was confirmed today by the county attorney that there are 2 individuals on the school board who are under a criminal investigation for misappropriation of funds for another board in which they are members. We ask that these individuals are suspended or relieved of duties immediately. This appears to be a clear breach of ethics, and we believe it would be highly inappropriate for these individuals to continue to serve on our school board while this investigation is taking place.
I would just like to state, I called the county attorney as well today, and he had no information at all, he said. And that's all I'm gonna say on that subject, but thank you all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you all for coming in.
Thank you.
Brian Sutherland?
I signed in to attend, I'm just watching.
Okay. Allison Roberts?
I just same thing. Not a politician, just signed in.
Okay. I'm gonna fix Mr. Kaiser's name for you so you'll have it. So you won't be, I couldn't tell if it was an F. All right. Student Support Services, consider approval of the 2027-2028 school calendar.
It's just the second reading of that county that you all had talked about the last board meeting for the 27-28 school calendar.
We just need to do a second approval of it? Well, I'll go ahead and make that motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Thomas. You seconded it? Second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Consider approval of geotechnical exploration proposal for athletic field work at Robert Campbell and GRC Fieldhouse, BG 26-108.
I'm gonna disqualify myself from the conversation and vote on this one.
Hey, good evening. I'll make this really quick tonight. We have some geotechnical work that we're looking at exploring out at RDC ahead of the athletic field work, just to confirm what's under the ground there. At that location, we think that we're fine as far as the GRC location of the field house is concerned. We're not going to need to do any exploration there because we have the documentation for that already. So we sent an RFI out for geotechnical services for that work. You'll see the 3 results that we got back in. We are recommending that we go with solid ground. both for the price on that amount, but primarily due to turnaround time and the work that they've already done for the district.
Is it for the, like the old football field? Is that what you mean?
That's correct. Because
Okay.
before we put any kind of turf down there, it'll have an underlayment in the expansion outside of where the current bounds of that field are. And so we want to make sure that we're not digging into something that we're not aware of under that field, as it's not been touched for quite a while.
So then like where the fence row is, like that far over?
That's correct. We're going to have several locations where they're going to do a bore and just confirm substrate conditions under the code.
Any more questions?
So we need a motion for that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Motion by Ms. Thomas,
Do we need to make a motion to accept solid ground?
I would recommend that, just to be sure, so we can go ahead and release them for
I'll
work.
make a motion to accept solid ground.
motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Hall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0 with Mr. Dorsey disqualifying himself. Can somebody get Ben out of the hall? Good to come back. Consider change orders 4-1-1, 4-3, 4-3-1, 4-4-1, 4-5-1 for the Clark County new preschool project with a credit of $11,199.45 to go back into the contingency fund.
I can walk through those if you'd like me to. At the end of the day, with all of those combined, it's a credit back to the district. The majority of those are dealing with unused direct purchase order amounts that we're now kind of closing out at the end of the project, so that's why you're seeing the credit come back for that. There's a couple instances where they're shifting between things that were paid directly by the contractor. They're pulling that out of the DPO part to put that back into their contract, so they have to issue a change order on either end in order for them to do that. It's a zero cost change overall. So
Do we expect any more credits?
you should have anything else in terms of the DPOs or
You're not gonna give us more money back?
no.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Just wanna ask. That-
I wish
Couldn't hurt to
I wish
try.
I could bring better news right before Christmas.
Don't lift a gift horse in the mouth, I mean, I'm just making sure.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah, absolutely.
I make a motion to approve the change orders that are listed with a credit of $11,199.45, and that's quite a bit of money. So,
I'll
to
second.
project contingency fund.
Motion by Ms. Hall, second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of the construction documents for the roof renovations at Baker Intermediate and Robert D. Campbell, BG 26-107.
So we have the construction documents for both of the roof replacement projects at both Baker and at RDC. Again, we can walk through the drawings if you want. It's from the last time when we did DDs, we were pretty far along at the design development phase. So we're wrapping up a few details and things like that on these sheets. There's not much, nothing new really since the last time you saw the set that would kind of stick out. One of the things that we want to talk about here briefly is just kind of schedule. So now that Codell is on board, we've been discussing schedule impacts with them and the bidding sequencing for the projects. John Hagan's recommendation was that we go ahead and try to bid both of these at the same time in January. So I think one of the issues there is that we don't see that there's going to be a lot of contractors that are picking up the sets right before Christmas. They would likely ask for an extension come bid date in January, and that happens very frequently. The second thing is now we're doing a construction management process on this. So they're able to bid out the general trade sequencing that might be able to bridge between both projects. So I think there's going to be some cost efficiencies there to look at doing that at the same time, and it reduces having an extra bid date just for the MEP portion of the work. So we had a coordination meeting with the MEP team last week. They're on track. We don't see any issues with that. We may need to do some final field verifications here in early January or over Christmas break. So we'll coordinate that with you all and the team there on site. So otherwise, we'll be back in January just to answer any follow-up questions and get construction document approval on the MEP side of the work, but we'll be sending everything out together there at the end of January.
We're hoping to be able to put it out to bid in January, and then how quick do you think we're looking at scheduling work?
It'll be out to bid for 30 days.
30 days.
So then we'll schedule a bid opening. After that, we'll look at, again, both the roof projects and MEP at the end of February. That gives them another month to sign contracts, prepare for mobilization, do some early shop drawings, things like that. So we'll be looking at the possibility of if there's an advantage to using some time during spring break with the students out in the buildings, we can start to look at that, whether that's early demolition for anything. Obviously, that wouldn't impact any of the learning spaces. We can kind of get ahead of that. So this shift doesn't change anything in terms of the end time frame for the work to occur over the summer for both of those projects. So.
Any other questions? Comments, or would anybody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion for the approval of documents for roof renovation to Baker Intermediate and Robert E. Campbell.
All right, motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Oh, and Mr. Watkins, thank you too, sir.
I was trying to not talk a lot so we could focus on instruction.
Glad you brought brevity up.
Consider approval of funding for Clark County students to attend the Global Amazing Shape Competition not to exceed $5,000.
So back in November, we had students in grades 5 through 8 participate in our Clark County Amazing Shape Competition, which is aligned to our Portrait of a Clark County Learner. So that week was very successful. We had about 150 students participate. We had rounds at different community locations, BCTC, East Kentucky Power, Halls on the River, and then Fox 56 News was our final round. So now we have our 3 district winners, and we're just seeking the opportunity for them to participate on the national level.
Any questions?
No, I heard amazing things about it.
Awesome.
At first, I didn't know what it was
Yeah.
Amazing Shake. I thought it was a dance. Mr. Howard explained it all to us.
Yeah.
It's neat.
We had some special guests too for our first round. So Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman attended, and then Commissioner Robbie Fletcher. So it was a very good week.
Anybody like to make a motion?
Oh, I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Let's just take a minute to commend Ms. Murphy's leadership on this. She made it sound like it was easy to put together, managing almost 200 kids with 5 different partners over 5 locations. Ms. Fenton.
Good. All right, good evening. Last month, our Kentucky Summative Assessment results were released. After a much anticipated wait, after taking those back in May and waiting all the way until November, we were very excited to finally get our results. District-wide, we have seen a lot of gains, a lot of successes, and tonight we're here to celebrate. We would like to acknowledge a lot of the highlights, looking a deeper look into our data, and then also acknowledging some of our areas for growth. So in the paper that we have before you tonight, this is what we released to the public when everything was released in November, and it is a district highlight overall of all of our elementary schools, and then middle school, which encompasses Baker, RDC, and our Innovation Center for our virtual school. and then our high school, which also is GRC and our Innovation Center overall. So if you will look just overall at all the scores, we saw gains across the district. Elementary schools had an overall score, and this is encompassing all areas, of close to 3 points, maintaining a yellow score. And if you look at the bottom of that paper, it does denote the color ratings. But then in each subgroup, overall, we had a green rating for each of those that are noted on that paper. Overall, for middle school, again, an overall increase of 3 points, maintaining a yellow rating. But if you take a deeper dive and look at the individual, the reading, the math score, science, social studies, and writing, all of those came in at a green rating. And then moving on to the high school, an overall increase of 14.3 points, moving from orange to a green rating, and then each of their subdomains also coming in at green. So we are very, very excited about the growth. We are trending, moving forwards. All of our initiatives that we have in place, it is showing that they are working. It does take time with anything that we do put into place, but we are seeing those gains right before our eyes. To dig a little bit deeper and a closer look, each of the principals are here tonight to get a little bit of an overview of their specific school, and we will start with Mr. Amounts. I don't know where there he is. So we will start with Baker first.
Good evening. I want to thank Ms. Fitton for allowing me 25 minutes tonight.
We're going to have to hold them 3 minutes.
Okay, we put that timer back up. Get that timer back up. I'm just kidding, Mr. Mouse.
3 minutes. Don't
Got it.
start it yet. All right. Had some great things in our data. Covered some great things also, like Ms. Fitton said. Some things we need to work on, but some celebrations we have overall. We moved a lot of our, the color system from orange to green or yellow to green, some of which included our combined reading and math. We increased 3.8 points. We also had significant increase among our African American population, decreasing novice by 15%, and also moving from red to yellow within that demographic. We had a 6.9% increase for economically disadvantaged students, moving from an orange to a green. Amongst social studies and writing, we increased 4.9 points, moving from an orange to a green rating. And then on our quality of school climate and safety survey, we moved from a yellow to a green rating with a 14.1. It's really about a 4-point increase. One of the celebrations sticking out was a 14.1 increase among our Hispanic students. We have some areas we need to work on. Novice reduction across the board, reading, math, social studies, writing, for both 5th and 6th grade, so that is a huge point of emphasis and improvement that we're trying to make this year. We've got a lot of things in motion. Our students with disabilities, we received the flag, a TSI flag from the feds. Our students with disabilities are underperforming, and so we are working hard with Ms. McCormick, Ms. Fitton, and her crew to get our students, all of our students, performing where they need to be. Some of the things that we are doing to help improve our students with the disability scores, as well as all students, we're working on our co-teaching models, implementing station and parallel teaching. We are working on our specially designed instruction for each student individually, and we have put yet another emphasis on ERQ responses, which students have to respond to ERQs on the exam. And then we're building on some things that we're doing quite well, which include cooperative learning with Kagan structures. Kagan goes on every single day in almost every single class, if not every class, and then strengthening our PLCs. Overall, we were pleased with the growth. You always want more, but we look forward to the work ahead this year and making this even better presentation for you next year. Time. All right.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Does the Clark County Equity Coalition, do they have volunteers that come in So I think just from the two statistics that really stick out, especially African American students, that reduction in their rating from red to yellow, and also the Hispanic students. I really think our Clark County Equity Coalition as a partner, they do great things. And I think you all do too, but I think having that collaboration from our community is very important. So, yeah. But I think it looks wonderful, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
It really wasn't a question, I guess it was more of a statement, wasn't it? So.
Megan Swart, Ada Dameron from the Concrete. We're super excited to be here with you tonight because our biggest thing, if you haven't seen our scores, is growth at the Concrete. We were in the top 20% in elementary schools in the state of Kentucky for our growth this year. We went up 18 and 1/10 points, which we're so proud of our staff and students. And just how well they performed. When we dive deep into our data, our reading pretty much maintained. We went up a little bit, but that's not really where we saw a lot of our growth. When you look at our math, that is where we really increased in terms of our reading and math. When they put that together, we significantly decreased our novice and increased our proficient and distinguished. So doing both of those things is where we saw the big growth in math. So we went in math and reading from orange to yellow, which we're super excited about. I'm going to say super a lot because apparently that's my nervous word tonight. And then science, we did the same thing that we did in math. We decreased our novice, we increased our proficient and distinguished in an even bigger way. We jumped a whole color. Dr. Hale was very proud of us for that. We went from yellow to green. Who cares about orange? Or no, we went from orange to green. Who cares about yellow? Whatever it is. And I do want to give a special shout out to our 4th grade teachers and Robbie and Stacy, our STEM teachers that came and worked with our students. I need to advocate for them because they are amazing and what they have been able to do and work, that's a huge piece of this for us. And this year they're able to work with our 3rd grade students. So we're so excited to see how that's going to continue in our movement of growth. So shout out to all of their hard work as well. Our quality of school climate went up 5 points, so we're green there as well, which to me, yes, I want our kids to do well academically, but I want them to feel safe at our school, and I want them to have people in their lives that they feel like they can go to if they need something, which I think is just as important, especially in elementary school. We need to have an adult in their life that cares about them. So I'm very excited about that as well. And I also need to say, we went up 180 schools from where we started last year to where we ended. And we put that number on both of our boards all year long. I was going to be excited with like a 20 school increase, but we beat 180 more schools than we did the previous year. So I think that needs to be said. In terms of moving forward, we're pushing through and doing the same things, right? We're making small adjustments that make big impacts, but what we were doing is working, and so we're going to continue to do those things. We're going to continue to do OG. We're going to continue to do Kagan. We're going to continue to unit plan and make sure that our teachers are doing the same things and working together collaboratively. We're going to make sure kids are cared for and safe and loved at our school, and we're going to beat 180 more schools next year.
Do you want me to make them come back up to ask questions?
Okay. Congratulations. I'm really excited for you all.
Thank you.
Okay, good evening, guys. I really want to thank you all first and foremost for giving us the opportunity to come up here and present these scores. Anytime we have the opportunity to go in and we can brag about the heart and soul of our school, which is our students and our teachers, sometimes they don't get enough credit where credit's due. But I think it's showcased here with our results that they performed back in the spring on the KSA. One thing I do want to draw you to overall is the indicator rating of a 77, which performance-wise we were identified as a green school. And I know that in talking with Ms. Klein, she was exceptionally, or very upset, I guess I should say, because we were so close to touching that area of blue, which is for those top schools in the state, but we were 3.9 points away. So we were very close, but that means there's a lot of growth that we can do too. And right now, we're really just starting to see the fruits of those labors that we've done. So one stat that she had mentioned to me, the others had mentioned to me too, the previous year, so we're talking about the year 23-24, GRC was actually rated in the bottom 23% of all high schools. Fast forward to last year, in the top 30%, so it's a huge increase. No mathematician, but that's a 47% increase, so almost right at half of those remaining schools we have surpassed from there. But when you go through there and you look at those individual components that's listed there as well, you talk about the overall combined math and the reading scores move from orange to green. The reading itself, a 13-point novice reduction, and that is huge because we all know that when we're looking at these test scores, you get the most bang for your buck with that novice reduction overall. So that was fantastic there. You look at the combined science, social studies, and writing, a huge 32.6% increase, again, resulting in a green indicator from there. Additionally, that also shows a 44% increase for the economically disadvantaged students that we have there. Again, another fantastic number. Science, 23-point novice reduction. Writing, 15-point novice reduction for students with an IEP. One thing in particular I do want to draw your attention to is our ELL population, those English language learners. They received a blue rating. That is the top rating that you can possibly get. This was the first year that our population was actually large enough for that to even count. So that is a huge accomplishment for those students as well. School quality of school climate and safety survey moved from yellow to green. And I think that we all see that when everyone looks forward to coming to school and they feel safe, they're going to learn. And that's showcased right here too as well. Graduation rate maintained a green rating, and then post-secondary readiness increased from green to blue. We're providing our students a lot of opportunities to ensure their success, not only at school, but whenever they walk across that stage by the time they're a senior. So I cannot be more proud of these individuals that are in this room, my administration, the students, as well as the faculty there for all their hard work and their efforts. But we're not done yet. One thing that we do want to draw your attention to is that area of growth. It says while students with an IEP show an overall point increase in combined reading and math, the study group still remains red. So we increase, but we're not there yet. So we're really going to continue to focus and put a point of emphasis on providing students what they need to be successful. And we're doing that not only for those students with an IEP, but all of our students through diagnostic testing, put them on individualized pathways to ensure they're successful moving forward. So we've got a lot of great things going on at GRC. Again, I appreciate all that you guys do and all the support that you have. We do want to invite you guys to come out anytime. Go Cards.
Hello, I'm Tiffany. This is Tom.
You have to adjust your eyes a little bit.
Overall, we are very pleased with how our students performed last year on KSA, although we do recognize that there's obviously still room for growth. The flyer highlights a deeper look at some of our successes, and we believe these successes and others can be attributed to three things primarily. First is our testing operations. We've worked very hard over the last 2 or 3 years to get those right and moving in a positive direction. Our students have advisory teachers where they have chances to practice test taking strategies in those classes with the teachers that they'll be testing with. So building those relationships is important. We've also worked hard to prioritize providing accommodations to students who need those on state tests. The second is instructional practice. We have focused on station teaching for the last several years, and that does prove to be successful for our students in multiple ways. We have made a commitment to cooperative learning in our school as well, and that can be seen most of the time when you visit our classrooms. And we have begun moving beyond participation in PLCs and more into conversation and reflection and data review, which has really made a big difference in what learning looks like in classrooms across our building. Third, last but certainly not least, our success is attributed to our hardworking students and our staff members. I go home and I'll tell people all the time, I'm so blessed to be at Campbell. Bar none, we have to have some of the most hardworking teachers and kids that I've ever seen. So we're very blessed for that. We have our bar program, which we're working on increasing intrinsic motivation in students for them to want to do well for themselves, for their families, for their teachers, and also connection with teachers. We believe that building those connections with adults in the building will help us get where we need to be in other capacities. So that's a priority for us in the bar program. Shout out to Dr. Hale and her data dashboard. It has changed the way that we have PLC conversations regarding KSA data. It provides meaningful data that our teachers can understand, and it's at our fingertips. We don't have to go digging for it and doing all the math. She does it for us, and we just get to click some buttons and have conversations. So that's wonderful. And last, our teachers. Like I said, we have to have some of the most hardworking people that I know in our building, and we're very blessed. They make informed decisions, and they're learning how to adjust instruction based on data. And it's really amazing to be a part of and to see when we participate in those meetings. Overall, we're yellow this year, but watch out, we'll be green next year. We've learned through some data analysis highlighted by Dr. Hale that being green is doable in middle school. And if we make the same amount of growth next year as we did this year, we'll be there. So, thank you. Any questions?
If you know Mrs. Campbell, she never misses a photo opportunity. So I asked her to join me. So as you can see, 67.4 yellow rating, 2.6 points from green. And I just want to say how proud I am of my staff and students. They are truly amazing, amazing. And they work hard each and every day, but also to point out that for the quality of school climate and safety survey, we were in the blue rating. And I truly believe that that tells a lot about what we have inside of our building. It is more than just a test score. We love our students. They know that there is a teacher-student relationship there and that we care about them way beyond the walls of our building. So super excited about our data. For reading and math, we maintained a green rating with a 3.8 point increase. And science, top 15% in the state for growth. So super excited about that. Lots of great things. 13.8 points for reading and math for economically disadvantaged students, but we still maintain that overall green rating. And top 19% in the state, I was wrong, 19%. In the school climate and safety survey. So very excited. Our room for growth, areas for growth, we are going to dig a little bit deeper with our subgroup for students with individualized education plans, our EC students, really looking closely at specially designed instruction this year. Last year, we were scraping the surface. This year, our EC teachers are also planning with our gen ed teachers to create that specially designed instruction to match their lesson plan. So students are not only getting differentiation, but exactly what they need. And so it's targeted to their needs. So I feel like with that and just providing a stronger opportunity for differentiation, we're going to see a lot of progress with our students there. Any questions?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm Anitria, and that's Jordan, and we're concerned because today was, what was it, right? What was today, stress up day? And so we were looking, we're like, oh, we're
Right, just be glad that we're the.
we were glowing earlier today. We had all kinds of things going on us. All right, so we are Stroke Station, and we are very proud of what we've done there. We have maintained a yellow rating for our scores, and these are some highlights for reading. We have an 8.2 increase for reading index for our English language learner students, and a 7-point increase for our Hispanic students scoring distinguished in math. So we are very proud of them. As with the other elementaries, we have had a huge gain in science, a 16-point increase for our economically disadvantaged students in scoring proficient and distinguished, and a huge 17.3-point overall increase for resulting in a green rating for overall growth in science. So very proud of them. And then looking at continue with our English language learners, this is our second consecutive year for a blue rating for them. So very proud of what we're doing in that area. But as always, there is always room for growth and improvement. And one of the things we're doing right now to continue our improvement is we are refining our practices for our common planning. We meet with our teams every week, and we are very intentional with our discussion and what they're doing. They have a planning document that actually hones in and helps them really focus on differentiation and engagement strategies. So we're going to continue that Kagan, like Ms. Ward was talking about, and intentional coaching with all the coaches that come in and the coaching that we do throughout the building. And then during PLCs, analyzing data, and we're talking about, we are really getting specific with our kids and really looking at it during PLCs and really thinking about ways that we provide intentional support with them. And last, we're just going to say that we are excited about the growth that we have, and we're going to continue the structures and see the structures that we put in place for the reading foundations and the way, it takes time sometimes to turn that tide, but those kids are moving up that we started down there in K1, 2 in those structures, and they're moving up, so we're really excited to see what that's going to look like over the next few years. All right, any questions?
No.
Does the Equity Coalition come?
Not with us, no.
No, okay. Okay, but I was highly impressed with this the blue thing, especially you all have a large English as a second language population.
Absolutely, so that's something we could do, another area of growth for us. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Mr. Kugel, does he comes, doesn't he?
We have Rob Hill, he's our ELL teacher.
Cool, okay, yeah.
But he works with Mr. Kugel.
Yeah, that's really awesome, so, yeah. But you all did awesome work.
All right, thank you.
Kept checking the door to see if our Justice Administration was here yet, but they are not. They also had Justice jingle tonight, so they were hoping to get here in time, but they haven't made it yet, so we'll quickly go ahead and look at their overall view of their highlights. So for Justice, they maintained a yellow rating. In science, they had a green rating, and then their quality of school climate and safety survey, they did have an overall increase there. When you take a deeper look at a lot of their data points, they had an increase in their reading and math indicator for students with an IEP that grew 14.5 points. And they increased their proficiency score in reading and math from a 22% to a 27%. Looking at the math index score, students with an IEP grew 17.4, so that moved from 35.9 to a 53.3. And then in science, this was their third consecutive year of receiving a green rating. Their area of growth, they are going to continue looking and focusing on math and really increasing the math proficiency. They are moving students from the novice to apprentice, but they're really trying to make that move into the proficiency range and have more students scoring proficient and distinguished. So overall in our district, we're very pleased of where we're headed. Our road to greatness is truly visible across the district. We're super excited about all the initiatives in place. As a district, we will continue to work. We will continue to work with our students and our staff, continue to coach everybody on board, and just continue on our road to greatness here in Clark County. So thank you all very much as we reviewed our data. Thank you.
Thank you. Science and Human Resource Update, acknowledgement of monthly CCPS financial update. We need her name, she's hot. She's in this. We'll have her come with
Guess the finances are born. We appreciate you, Mrs.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So receipts and expenditures this time, this month compared to this time a year ago, same month, we're up at 1% in both aspects. And looking at taxes, we are up 4% on our property taxes. We are up 10% on our franchise taxes, and we are even on our motor vehicle taxes. So huge shout out to the sheriff on collections. When you look at what we just received first of this month, I got it the day I was submitting the report to Ms. Bell. We're at 91% collections for our property taxes. So we are a little bit ahead of the game compared to the same time last year, so that's fantastic news. I didn't staple my papers, so I'm like shuffling them here. We're 31% motor vehicle total, franchise 20%, and then property tax 91%. So that is really good news on our revenues. So, any questions on our financial situation?
I thought you did well. I covered last month. This is
I
not great.
appreciate
This
that
is
for
an
covering
upgrade.
for me while I was at another board meeting, so.
Thank you. I admit that. I fall on that sword. We're a good team.
Authorize payment of salaries and accounts payable.
Make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Kaiser,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of the Clark County Board of Education and Superintendent to attend the KSBA State Conference on February 20th and 22nd through the 22nd.
Are we supposed to make a motion for that too?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make that motion because we gotta go.
I just want to say that it's required, each year we all have to have education as board members, and this is the annual conference.
This is the big one.
Yeah, in Louisville, so that's what we get the majority of our education during that weekend. And we also get to talk with other school board members and other superintendents, and Mr. Howard introduces us to numerous people throughout the weekend, so.
And we work hard. That little weekend, we work ourselves to death.
All right, motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Hall. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Consider approval of the organization meeting date in January of 2026. That is the first meeting of the year.
It's gonna look at a calendar, so.
So we wanna do it like right off, right? The 6th or whatever.
Yeah, we just, we've come to the end of the school board year, so the only approved dates have been set to this point, so we need to kind of discuss when we're gonna have our organizational meeting. That's the only meeting that I'll start out leading, and then from there, we'll pick a chair, vice chair, set dates, go over responsibilities, things like that. It's really just to organize the board, name the treasurer. There's several different things that I'll set up the agenda for you guys. Just wanted to confirm when everybody could get together and
Is the
and meet.
6th, the first day students come back to school?
No, the 5th. We'll be back the 5th.
Is there a time frame we have to meet?
It's not required, but you don't really have a chair to call a meeting or anything. They try to do it that first week.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess the only other conversation is the time, the date and the time. And we've done 6 p.m.
Date, time, and location for this one,
Yeah.
and then once we have that meeting, you guys will do those same things for the rest of the year. Yeah.
Does anyone have any conflicts for the 6th?
I don't.
I do not.
I make a motion to set the organizational meeting for 2026 on January the 6th at 6 p.m. It's a lot of sixes.
So 6th. I'll second that motion.
My pen has to be, can I use yours?
Yep.
1, 6.
Now, if we did want to change the time at that time, we could change the time the meeting
That's correct.
that first one.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Hall,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
So that's the 6th at 6 PM right here at Central Office, correct?
In 2026.
6/1/6/26.
Consider approval of a name for the Hannah McClure Building to provide community services.
So this was kind of in my update at the previous board meeting. We were looking to have an opening, a soft opening for what was formerly Hannah McClure Elementary School. Before, after that, it was the Clark County Preschool. But to do that, I want kind of your guidance. So just internally, put out some feelers, came up with 3 options that I would feel pretty comfortable with, and wanted to kind of open that up for discussion. And a lot of this was based on Hannah McClure being a community building. It's been there for a long time. It's kind of a mainstay, and really want to build off kind of its history and tradition. Which option 1 was the Cardinal Community Center at Hannah McClure. Option 2, Hannah McClure Cardinal Community Center. And then there was a 3rd option, which really, if I'm making a recommendation, I really like the first, the second one better, was just Clark County Public Schools Community Center, really just kind of identified. But I'll kind of open up to more conversations, or feel free to throw out anything else you have or ideas.
I like option 2. I like, because it still puts Hannah McClure first, but tags on what we're trying to do with it. I like that option 2 real well.
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole over the weekend looking for information on Hannah McClure, and then Miss Hill has taken off. I was hoping she would have stayed. But her grandmother seems to have known Hannah McClure. So Margaret Campbell's wife is who I'm talking about. So I know it, we found, my husband helped me too, like Hannah McClure, she must have been a wonderful person. She was an advocate for education, and I want to know more about her. The fair, the Clark County Fair was held, so if you are anywhere near mine and Carl's age, you would have went to like the big field day. We would go over to Belmont Field, right?
Yeah.
But it used to be called Hannah McClure Field. So that big field, like my husband went to Belmont, and he said it was like, I don't remember, I just remember going there for field day. So I just really think it's important for us to maintain Hannah McClure's name, just as we've maintained Mr. Concrate's name at Concrate and Mr. Baker's name at Baker. I liked option 2 also because it puts her name first. And we missed out, and there were things that happened, like when we closed Fannie Bush, we missed carrying her name forward. Not we as a board, but those boards did. So as I think it's important, like my dad's generation, they're all, they graduated in the 60s. My dad actually graduated from Hannah McClure, like the gymnasium, in 1962, before they moved to GRC. So it's just a lot of history there, and I really think it's important that we maintain that as a board. So I like option 2.
I like option 2 also. That way I don't have to go around and say, the old Hannah McClure school. 2 was my favorite option.
I'm fine with 2. So would anybody like to make a motion for option 2?
I'll make a motion for option 2 to name the Hannah McClure building the Hannah McClure Cardinal Community Center.
I'll second that.
Motion by Ms. Hall, second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, KSBA Winter Conference update.
I just wanted that we were down in, up, somebody said down in Louisville, up in Louisville, wherever.
Depends on where you come from.
Yeah. over in Louisville, for the weekend, we had classes all day Friday and half the day Saturday. A lot of, it's kind of things that were extra class, like classes that weren't necessarily required, but getting to meet people from other parts of the state and talking about things. I attended, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was school safety. And we're already above, like Clark County is our school safety. We worked really hard for that. And then we went to the one about meetings.
Yeah, like meetings, yeah.
And then during lunch on Friday, they had 3 people from the state legislature there that was just talking about the upcoming General Assembly is going to be a budget year, so there will be a lot of discussion about budgets and monies and that sort of thing. So that's something I keep up with. I teach policy part-time at UK College of Social Work, so I love policy. I love and watch that, and there's so many things that could come out of it's a longer session, so a lot of times there's a lot of important laws that come out, so they gave us kind of a highlight on that. So Carl, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, so I'm serving on a committee, an advisory committee on the state level, and we had a meeting on Thursday night with Mr. Fletcher and some of his staff, and so this is for what you all need, and that's what they're asking us, you know. Are we needing funding for teacher salaries? Are we needing funding for programs? What are we needing? So I hope to send out an email, or maybe we can send it from here, just to ask you all, you know, what do you all want help with? You know, what are the things that I can take to him during this time that I'm on this committee, you know, that we can bring before Mr. Fletcher. It was real good. I got to plug in all green. I did tell him that. Kind of had a balloon let out because another guy said, well, we're all blue. Thanks. But it was a good plug-in for you all, and very proud and was able to share that at the state level.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you covered most of it. I went to, one of the classes I went to was ethics, and some of the legalities of the board, which I wanted to know everything about that, and it's very interesting, and hope to put all those practices in play starting next year.
Did you go to your vendors?
Oh, yes, I got 2 bags of stuff.
That trade show.
Yeah, the vendors are always fun, and they always want to know where Mr. Howard is, and I was trying to help him out, but they're like, well, you know, Mr. Howard, da, 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 da. So I have a whole list that I need to sit down, and they, you know, pass on their messages. So they like to talk.
Yes, they do.
All right, we are at the superintendent's report.
Okay, a couple quick things. I want to kind of follow up on our KSA data release. We're also actively working hard on both our comprehensive district improvement plan. I know Ms. Fitton's put together a committee that is going to dig down, drill deeper on how we're going to continue our success, but also how we're going to get better. So that when you guys go to the conference in the next few years, we, instead of green, we'll switch to blue as our favorite color. But there's a lot of hard work, and there's things that we still have to work to do. We'll challenge ourselves, we'll look at where we're at, what goals, look at specifically reading improvement, math improvement, continue to grow on college career readiness, and a graduation rate. So those plans, once they're finalized, they'll actually come back to you in January, and then they'll be, for the public, they'll be listed on our district website, and then each school has their own comprehensive school improvement plan. So they're right there. They line out specifically what strategies we're using, what our focuses are, who's in charge of that, and how much money we're allocating to each one. So just want to make sure everyone knows it's very fun to celebrate. And I'm not, you guys know me, I'm not against woohoo and a go-karting all day long. But we still have a tremendous amount of work because our kids deserve greatness. And our journey to greatness works through our intentionality with our planning. And so we're going to continue to swing in the axe and keep grinding and getting even better than what we were this last year. Also, big special thanks this week. If you are out and about and you see Salvation Army bell ringers, We have several different folks that have been out, will be out bell ringing out by Kroger's. So big shout out to Mr. Shannon Cox for giving us that opportunity, again, leaning back in to our vision, which is connecting the community and district as one to grow greatness, and us modeling being engaged citizens in that process. We got one young man who's back in the back, had a dance party today with a bell. I've never seen much like that. Mr. Jamie Keene, it'll probably be out and about, so you can check that out. I think Miss Tanya and I go bell ringing maybe Thursday, so really encouraging everybody to lean into that. So Dr. Muncie stole some of my stuff, but I'll say it again. Thanksgiving meals, again, leaning into connecting the district community one, 7,515 meals were shared with our students and their families. And again, we recognized greatness tonight. Holiday meals continue tomorrow. And I'm pretty excited about this. So we got December 10th, Justice Year GRC, the 11th RDC and Innovation Center, the 12th Clark County Preschool, that's Friday. Then we'll roll it back next week, do Concrete Strode the 16th, and then Baker on the 17th. So encourage folks to come out, RSVP, make sure you let us know you're coming. We reflected on how to get even better and more efficient. So again, big thanks to our principals for working with Dr. Muncie on, it was really good, but we can always get better with that. So we're gonna go connect and eat together. And then the other thing I want to kind of preview, so some of you may or may not know, for every staff birthday, our district provides a gift card, just a small token $5 gift card, and then I handwrite about 1,300 birthday cards. Stretching my hand, I got a few more to go tomorrow, that we send to our staff, just as a tiny appreciation of them, their tireless work for our kids. And everybody deserves a birthday card, right? So we're going to expand on that in a collaboration with Halls on the River. So for 2026, so everyone's gotten their $5 gift, or you will if your birthday is in the rest of December. That Halls on the River is actually going to donate a gift, $20 to every staff member and every student. 7th through 12th grade to eat at Halls on the River for the birthday. They're also going to do pre-K through 6th grade for students for their kids' rate, so a little less than that, but still, because of our collaboration, connecting our district and community as one, everyone's going to get to eat at Halls on the River for free for the birthday. So I'm super pumped with that. We'll be advertising that starting out, but I wanted you guys to know. And again, that's a big shout out to Mr. Carl Crace and his staff, wanting to pour back in, not only to our staff, but our kids. I thought I'd end on that. It was a pretty good one.
That's good. That's awesome.
Okay. Go Cards.
Go Cards.
All right, consent agenda items 1 through 12. Would anybody like to make a motion for those?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
Motion by Ms. Hall,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorsey. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Ms. Thomas,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Kaiser. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned at 7:21.